everyone, welcome back to Colourful Indian. Today we're going to be talking about all those latest makeup releases and I'm really excited to do it with you. My name is Ranita. I like to do makeup tutorials, reviews, swatches and a whole lot of other things on this channel. I'm into lifestyle and mental health as well, sometimes go into health as well. So if all of those things vibe with you and you feel like you want to follow, then please subscribe. I'd love to see more of you, and you can check out all of my videos like by using the playlist. I've got makeup videos, lifestyle videos, all kinds of things. I do a lot of indie makeup. So yeah, that being said, let's get into the makeup releases. I'm pretty excited to actually talk about some of these because some of them are absolutely gorgeous. This is releasing today. It's the Fall Equinox Bundle by TERRA Cosmetics. It consists of 14 gorgeous, stunning multichromes. You need to just check these shades out. I have another video coming out today where I'm actually showing you all of these shades on my eyes. I've done swatches. I haven't done any creative makeup tutorials yet, but I did want to get a video out just showing all of you what these shades look like on YouTube, so do stay tuned for that. This collection costs 235.75 cents. It is absolutely stunning. It is probably one of the best fall collections that I have ever seen for this year, and these are the shade names over here, so you can just scroll down, you can check this out. They've even given you tips on how you can apply this. I'm probably going to be going through a little bit of that in my other video as well. All I did was actually apply a clear base to my eyes and I got the most intense color payoff. It was so easy to get these shades onto my eyes. I cannot emphasize that enough. So these are just absolutely incredible. You can check out my Instagram for even more swatches, but I'm just blown away by this collection and I felt it was really important to mention it. So it will be showing up today at 7 p.m. EST. This is a stunning collection. I would highly recommend trying to get a few shades from here, simply because, especially if you're looking for like a really beautiful fall collection, I feel like this was so vibrant and absolutely stunning. It was just wonderful to work with. This over here is the ADEPT inspired palette. It's a limited edition palette and it just restocked. So I actually got mine early access from the shop app and I was so happy to pick it up because I enjoyed Samarian Sunset so much. So as soon as I saw this, I wanted this palette. I knew like if I love Samarian Sunset, I was definitely going to love this particular palette as well. And I do find myself very drawn to those multi-chromes over there, so I'm very excited about this. It just reminds me of a beautiful jungle, beautiful color story, beautiful mattes. Everything's just looking incredible. And the one thing about ADEPT is even though they're charging you $68, you're getting like 10 multi-chromes for that price, and I think that's actually very fair given that you're getting very high pigment shades. So I actually think that if you're someone who wants to pick up multi-chromes and you don't have a very big spending budget, and by spending budget I mean like more than $100 or whatever to get like 10 shades, I think ADEPT is actually probably one of those companies really worth checking out because you're getting such a steal along with 5 matte shades to help you just play around with this palette and come up with something absolutely beautiful and incredible. I'm really excited about this palette. I will be doing 4 looks with it, so stay tuned for that, but I can't wait for this. I really can't. So if you want to pick it up, remember you can go today itself. That is the 21st of October. You can go and you can pick this palette up and you can get discounts on this. Go and check out ADEPT Cosmetics on their website. I'm just going to take you over there and I'm going to show you, because the one thing that I like about ADEPT is the way that they actually include the codes of the influencers on their page. I really love that and I appreciate that because I haven't seen any other brand doing this, but I think that it's really nice of them. So if you come down over here to affiliate promo codes, you're going to find every single code that they currently have. I absolutely love this. I think it's really kind of them to actually feature every influencer here that has a code with them. This is a really lovely palette by Natasha Denona. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm actually kind of looking at this and wondering if I would even use it. I mean, I'm very intrigued by the Natasha Denona palettes, but I've seen so many mixed reviews and I'm just not really 100% sure if I would end up using this palette. It looks like a very date night kind of palette. 15 shades. Obviously, you can remove the shades and move them around because, they're magnetic. It costs $69. It's coming out on 23rd October, but I was very intrigued by this. I got a very Star Wars kind of vibe coming from this, and I think it looks really pretty all in all. If we just go to Natasha Denona's Instagram over here, you can see the vibe that you're actually getting. It kind of does look a lot like space. just looking at some of these shots, you know, I'm hoping to get more swatch photos actually from this, so hopefully we will actually see more of that. But here you can see, there's a couple of these shimmers over here being shown, and they're very, very pigmented and vibrant. I think that I already have similar shades, so that's the reason why I'm just not 100% sure if I should be, you know, picking this up. But it is very pretty, and it is limited edition, so I would jump on this if I'm actually interested in picking this particular palette up. This is a palette from Colourpop, so it's called the Cloud9 Shadow Palette, and you basically have very similar tones to the Natasha Denona palette. It's just that there are a few more like brown tones in here, and the Natasha Denona palette is definitely more deep tones and silvery tones, but over here you have all these browns. But yeah, this kind of feels like the budget version of maybe the Natasha Denona palette. It's $18. The only shade that I really have an interest in is Stormy Skies, which is this black, you know, shimmery, sparkly kind of shade. I don't really know. I think this is actually a matte with sparkles in it. So yeah, I actually do like that shade. Aside from that shade, I'm not particularly drawn to this palette. Now, this is another thing that actually really drew me in. This is P. Louise. It's coming on the 1st of November. You can see that she's releasing so many new palettes. So this is that rainbow, that large rainbow palette that I was really, really interested in a few weeks ago when I did my other makeup release video. I was so fascinated by it, and I was really hoping to get the price. You can see that the products just look so cute. I think those hearts may actually be blushers, and there's like other, you know, makeup palettes coming out and everything. It looks very similar. So honestly, I don't even know if I would go for like the smaller eyeshadow palettes. I think I would just go for that big one, which is right at the back over there. I just want to go and see if there's any more information on that larger palette, maybe on their page. So yeah, this is the palette that I'm talking about. Obviously over here they're featuring, you know, some of their other products. This is a P. Louise Skin. Okay, so Body Glow. I'm not really interested in that, so I'm just going to close this. I'm actually more interested in that really, really big palette. The swatches look incredible. So yeah, I did see this video the other day, and I was really, really intrigued by the swatches. They look super pigmented, really beautiful. They look a little chalky as well, especially the pastel shades, because you can kind of see what they look like. But I think that's to be expected because a lot of pastel shades can be like that. So I think they look nice. I'm just not 100% convinced if I would actually pick this up, mostly because I think I already have a lot of different pastel palettes in my collection that I'm not actually using as much as I do. But I think that if you're actually someone who, you know, hasn't got a pastel palette, this is probably the ultimate one for you. It looks incredible because it's got a beautiful mixture of mattes, really pigmented mattes, and shimmers at the same time. Let me see if I can actually get a price for you over here, because I'm not actually seeing that anywhere. I don't think that I'm seeing this anywhere. So yeah, P. Louise has a ton of releases coming out. Obviously, they seem to really be going all out. I really am drawn to these particular blush palettes because I just think they're so pretty, and I just love the fact that she's put all of these shades together in one palette. I think this is a really, really good purchase. Like, I don't know what the price is going to look like, but I would actually be more likely to pick this up simply because you're getting so many colors in one palette. I actually wish that more brands would do this, and you can see that she's done like very peachy tones. She's also done the pink tones. So this whole collection honestly is looking very, very good to me. And you can just see, oh my goodness, the way that these are looking. These are cream blushes, and that just looks incredible. Yeah, just look at these colors. That's absolutely gorgeous. And what is this over here? Oh, okay, so this is the other one, where she's just kind of swatching and showing the purple, the mauves, I guess. Yeah, these are beautiful. Honestly, I feel like I could use these as both, you know, eyeshadows and lipsticks even if I wanted to. I think this is a mixture of creams and powders from what I'm seeing, because the finishes look very different. That's also very interesting. I think it's a good idea to actually put a mixture of, you know, shades in here. So over here it says 12 pans, 6 creams, 6 powders to add a flush of color to your cheeks. So yeah, if you actually are someone who likes both creams and powders, this is probably going to be an amazing collection for you. This is a gorgeous collection by Bella Beauty Bar. You can use my code Ranita to get 10% off your shades, but as you can see, these look absolutely incredible. So you can see, that this is all made especially for the month of fall. I personally think that these shades look really, really gorgeous and really stunning. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the shades, a few shades, like especially this one over here. This one really reminds me of one of the shades from the TERRA Moons collection, and I'm sure that there may be like overlaps with other brands as well. So I think that reminds me the most of fall. This is the Adept Element 115 palette. It is not going to be coming out this year. It's coming out in 2024 from some screenshots that I saw Adept post on their page, but I was actually really excited about this. My very first palette with Adept Cosmetics was Samarian Sunset. I very much enjoyed using it, and I'm very, very, very excited to see what this is going to be like. And they do have some other releases that I will be talking about in this video, but I will definitely be picking this palette up. It is just too good to miss. This is the Sinful Echoes palette. This is a new indie brand on the market, and you can see that, this is the color story that they've come up with, and this was when they were doing the reveal, which was, like a few, I think it was a week ago or more than a week ago, but it looked really, really beautiful. You can see that it's got these gorgeous grungy tones, and it's got some warmer tones in there, and then it's got some lovely pinks and, reds and stuff. So I think that this is a nice palette, and I did like the swatches. I think that this is a palette that I would probably like to dupe. I've become very selective about the makeup that I want to actually feature and use in my collection, mostly because I just have so much, and you get to a point where you are seeing a lot of repeat shades, a lot of repeat formulas, and it just kind of stops feeling like you're getting original things all the time. So I'm at that stage now, and I think that I want to dupe this palette. I kind of feel like I do have a lot of the shades that I'm actually seeing from here, especially the matte shades. I kind of feel like I definitely have these shades like from multiple palettes. I think I can do this. And before we move to the next palette, these are the palette details. So it's basically got 8 blendable mattes, 2 smooth metallics, and 2 duochromes. So it cost $45 plus shipping, and it was being sold on eBay because this is a new indie brand. If you actually look at the shades over here, they do look very kind of similar to, I think, a few things that I do have. I need to go and check though, because I'm not sure, but it seems familiar. It's that kind of feeling. They're still very beautiful though, and looking at these swatches over here, I kind of get the feeling that I do have these shades. I'm not sure again, but I'm definitely going to be duping this palette. Like, I just think it's gorgeous, and I really want to do that. I want to see if I can dupe it, because I think it's a very beautiful color story, and I would absolutely love to actually be able to create something like this. Next we have this palette by Danessa Myrick. So this is the Lightwork 5 I Am palette. So it's an 18 shade eye and face pigment palette, contains 7 brilliant finishes and easy to use color shifting combinations, and they're basically all affirmations, and I think that was really nice. I like the fact that they were affirmations, because I think sometimes it's important to speak very positively about yourself and remind yourself about all these things. So I kind of like the play of I think like mental health there. I really do like that. And if I go to their page, I'm just gonna go and look for swatches. I don't think that I'm seeing anything at the moment. Okay, yeah, so I can show you these photos at least. It does look like they are some really, really beautiful shades. I wanted to pick this up, I really did, but the price tag was just way too high for me. This was $125 for the palette, and I just felt like, I could probably I felt like I could just probably dupe all of these things with my existing shades, and that would be good enough for me. So I just think that right now, again, I'm being very, very picky. I'm gonna wait for a couple of reviews and see, like what is really coming out with this palette, and then I will reconsider. But I personally think that 125 is a bomb. Like, it's a huge amount of money to pay for like this palette, especially when you have brands like ADEPT coming up with like 10 multichromes and all that kind of thing for like I think 60-70 bucks, and then you have other brands as well that create some really, really gorgeous duochromes and multichromes, and it is lesser. So I just feel like it is expensive, but I'm gonna hold my you know, final thoughts on this palette until I actually watch some reviews. This is the new advent calendar for Kiehl's, and you can see that you get so many goodies. Oh my goodness, this looks absolutely fantastic. Like, who wouldn't love to get so many things like during the month of Christmas? It looks absolutely fantastic. There's so many products, and it costs 120. Okay, see, this for 120, I feel like it's kind of worth it because you are getting to try so many different products, and it looks like some of these are really big products too. Like, I feel like this would last a long time. I think that this is absolutely worth it, and I really like the design of the advent calendar too. It just makes me feel very happy. This over here is the Afro-Galactic palette by Juvia's Place. So I have not seen a color story out from Juvia's Place in a really long time, and I'll be honest, I wasn't like 100% excited by this palette. I just felt like, you know, it was okay. It didn't make me super excited about it. I think that there were a couple of shades that really made me want to get the palette, but I feel like a couple is not enough. So one of them would be Orbit, which is really beautiful. It looks like a very stunning, you know, like royal blue, and that's one of my favorite colors. And I think the other one would have been Wakanda. Is that the shade? I can't actually see it, so if I'm wrong, please correct me, but it sounds like that looks like Wakanda. So I liked that blue as well. I just have a passion for blues and cool tones. I think a lot of people who follow me would know that, and I just felt that that was really beautiful. And then of course they had, you know, some liners over here, which are, I think, multi-chromes. Eyeliners were 15 a piece. The palette is 36. It looks like a nice collection, but again, like I said, I kind of feel like I'm becoming more picky, and I just don't think that I wanted to get this palette. Like, I had a lot of Juvia's Place palettes. I used to support them avidly when I first started out, but I just after seeing a few things from the brand and just the overall way in which they have carried themselves, I kind of created some distance. But I do think that the eyeshadows are amazing, and I'm not discouraging anyone from buying, you know, the formula or anything like that. I do think that they are a wonderful brand when it comes to the formula and the pigmentation and everything. They were some of the best, like, and they still are some of the best, like, when it comes to all of that. And, you know, they used to make huge massive pans, like, when I bought my palette. So I have the huge Magic, you know, like, I think those were 36mm pans, if I'm not mistaken, and it was just so nice. Like, it was so cool. You got so much makeup for like barely anything when they first started out, and that was really exciting. Next I have the Beauty and the Beast collection by Spectrum Collections. They are really beautiful, and, you know, Spectrum is known for creating just gorgeous, stunning brushes. They're really beautiful. So these are the details. They're coming out on 5th October. They've already been released, and you know, they these are the costs. So it's basically £129 for the whole bundle, and then if you want the Be Our Guest bundle, that would be $44. Then if you want the Rose Cloche storage, that would be $49. You can see for yourself the makeup brush set is going to be $64, and then there's a Kabuki makeup brush for $24. So yeah, it is pricey, but this is really beautiful, and honestly, like, I wish that I could get all of this. It just looks so gorgeous, but I don't even know if I'd use it because I would be so afraid of like spoiling it and, you know, just ruining the whole thing. And if you go to their page, you can actually see more details and just more of everything from this collection, and it really does look absolutely gorgeous. Beauty Bay came up with a 16 color palette called Metamorphic. It is already out. It retails for $25 if you purchase on the US website, and you can see what these shades look like. I absolutely love the color story, by the way. I think it's so beautiful, and if you just come over here and you look at the swatches, they're just to die for. I really love the collection, actually. I think it's so beautiful. Like, just all of these shades together, they just look gorgeous and stunning. But I think that a lot of the shades do kind of look similar to things that I do have in my collection as well. So I will be passing on this one. But again, absolutely gorgeous. And I think that they would be really lovely, especially for this particular time of the year. This over here is a release by Floris's Official. So this is called the Beijing Opera series, and, you know, this is the new palette over here. It's very bright and very colorful. So the thing is that it looks really beautiful. I've always been very attracted to their palettes. I think they're so stunning, so gorgeous. Just the overall way that they, you know, do the imprints and everything, they really stand out in the market. But the thing for me is, how does this look like on deeper skin tones? You have absolutely no clue, because there's nothing that actually shows you what it looks like on deeper skin tones over here. So to me, I just kind of go, okay, you know, I mean, it looks like it's working pretty well on this person's skin tone over here, and I don't know. I can't really tell if this over here would be as pigmented on my skin tone. It probably would be, but it would just be nice to get swatches and stuff so that we could actually, you know, see if this was, you know, as beautiful as it looks in the palette. This is Nomad's launch. You probably would have seen my video for it, which was, you know, the review and everything, so let me know what you think of it. But yeah, basically, you know, they came out with this collection of skincare, and you know, there's a travel palette. It's basically a whole travel set. You know, they have come out with all kinds of different things. So if you want to go and check that out, I'd highly suggest going and checking out my review so that you can know like more about this entire collection. I will share my full thoughts over there and not over here. Next, we have this by Natasha Denona. It is a mini Triochrome palette, and honestly, I really loved it. When I saw this palette, I was thinking, wow, these are so gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. I love cool tones, I love blues, and then, you know, I was watching some of the reels, looking at the swatches. They look like nice shades. They look pretty good. I think that it's looking quite pretty. Like if you come here, you can see, yeah, right over here, like this right over there, so you can kind of get an idea of what the swatches are like. They look creamy, they look pigmented. It looks like a lovely thing. It's just that I think that I could actually dupe this with other shades in my collection. So as beautiful as this is, it's not necessarily something I think that I would actually need to pick up. So if you see over here, the palette is actually $27, and that small baby bronze eyeshadow palette is $19 over here. Yeah, it seems pretty okay. I do think that you could probably get more shades from other brands though, if that's, you know, something that you want to consider. The looks look incredible. Yeah, they look really beautiful. I think this is stunning. Oh goodness, now I'm really tempted to pick it up, but no, I actually have shades like this. Like, stop. Okay, like it really is beautiful. I'm so tempted, like after seeing this look. This was, oh, like I feel like I would wear that look right now and it would totally match with my outfit. This is the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Rich Romantic palette. It came out on the 8th of October. It is sold out. I thought it was a really beautiful palette. I've been dying to get more and more from Glaminatrix Cosmetics, but the thing for me is that the shipping is always so high because it's coming from Australia. So I think at some point I'll probably sit down and, you know, decide if I really want to get like all these palettes, but I really do think that the color story was beautiful. I loved this palette. I thought it was gorgeous. This is what it looks like on a deeper skin tone, and again, absolutely stunning shades. I love the shifts. I love the way that the shifts are working. The palette was basically 58 USD. It's a matte formula, different from their last palette. It's a traditional handmade matte formula, pigmented and smooth. It's got 4 multichromes, 1 duochrome, 1 sparkly shimmer, 1 metallic, and 8 mattes. So yeah, the pan size is 22.5 mm. They're magnetic. Okay, so basically this is all resold out. There's only a pre-order right now, so you should probably hop on that if you actually do want to pick this up. This is a sneak peek from Simply Posh Cosmetics. They are basically releasing a 2-part launch. That's what I got from like what they've said so far. They are going to have it showing up probably in November, and I'm actually looking forward to this. It's been a while since a palette came out from them. Oddly enough, you have Spectrum coming out with Beauty and the Beast, and then you have Sigma Beauty also coming up with the Beauty and the Beast collection. I'm like, do these brands talk to each other and like, you know, collaborate and decide to come out together? Because obviously if you bought the brushes, you'd be like, oh, like this palette matches the theme, and you know, you kind of want to pick up both of at the same time. Like, I don't know, I feel like that's how I would see it, but I think it really looks gorgeous. Like when I saw the design itself, I was really thinking that this is so pretty. All right, so this over here is a sneak peek of the Beauty and the Beast collection. You can see what the shades are looking like. So this is more of like a neutral palette. Again, it's not really my thing. I do know that Sigma has good quality though, and that's probably the one thing that would attract me to them. I like these lip glosses that are over here. They look really pretty, and over here you can see like all the different prices for everything. The palette is $59, and the mini eyeshadow is $32. There's a cheek palette, there's highlighter, mini lip set $29, 3 lip creams, brush set for $89. It's quite nice. Not my favorite color story. I find it kind of meh. Like it's not like it's not something that I'm dying to get, you know. Like I feel like I could maybe come up with my own idea for Beauty and the Beast. I do like the design. I think that the design is really pretty, but the shades kind of dupable easily. Okay, now this is Cosmic Brushes. They came up with a gothic palette. They have done swatches and everything, and I'm going to show them to you right now. Let's go and see them. So these are the swatches, right, that they've actually done. And when I saw these swatches, I was like, holy crap, this looks stunning. Like, I want to pick this up. And I really thought it was beautiful. But the thing that confuses me here is when you actually go and see other swatches. So these are swatches by Jen's Beauty Nest. She received this as PR. So, you know, just looking at these swatches, they look really, really different to the ones that the company actually put out. And when I look at this color story, I'm really not like as attracted to the shades as I'm attracted to the ones that I saw them putting out. So I'm very confused because these look kind of muted. They still look really beautiful, but it looks like a completely different kind of color story. And yeah, it's just hard to kind of get a grasp of what the shades actually look like when you're seeing one thing from the company and then you're seeing drastically different shades coming out from people swatching them. If you're interested in picking up that Cosmic Brushes palette, then these are all the details. So it's a 12 shade palette inspired by elegant gothic horror, deep rich tones of wine, plum, and berries to create beautiful glam goth looks. 5 metallics, 7 mattes, 1 multichrome metallic, 1 duochrome metallic, and 1 matte with sparkles. This retails for $26.93. Honestly, for the price, I was really, really excited about it. But again, like I said with the swatches, I want to kind of, I think I'm going to wait and see like what other people say before deciding to get this, because I have never really had a very good experience with purple palettes, like especially all tone, like purple tone palettes and stuff, because I feel like they always end up not working very well. So I want to see what other people say. So this is a palette by ADEPT Cosmetics. It's basically based on a character, a superhero character, Rainbow Raider. So basically this is, you know, the color story that they came up with, and honestly the shades look absolutely incredible. I would love to get this. So these are the details on the Rainbow Raider palette. It's $68 for multi-dimensional super shiny shimmers, and designed for the face but safe for eye use, and it is limited edition. So, you know, the shades look stunning. I think they look so beautiful, but I think the one thing I'm worried about is how would this actually look? I think this is a palette for people who are just really, really adventurous. I'm very, very tempted to grab it because it just looks so beautiful, and it's actually mind-blowing. Like, the swatches are so mind-blowing. I'm starting to get very, very obsessed with ADEPT, and I'm just loving every single thing that I see from them. This is a new indie brand as well, Varoon Cosmetics. Yeah, this is basically the palette that they came out. It's called The Moth and the Moon. You can see what the shades are like. They do look quite pretty. I feel like some of these shades look very, very similar to tones that I have in my collection as well. But, you know, looking at all of them together, looking at some of the swatches, which I'm going to go and show you right now, swatches look absolutely incredible. They look so pigmented and so, so beautiful. You can see, you know, all these different tones over here. They're just so gorgeous. I think these are probably the loveliest. I don't know, I just feel like I love that uniformity and just the continuity of the shades, but they really, really look absolutely stunning. These are 5 multichromes, 1 shimmer, 6 mattes. And what is the price of this palette? I mean, they did come out with other products as well. 6 spectral shards available. Those are those you know, round things that you saw just now in the video. That's these over here. So they're kind of like chrome flakes, if I'm not mistaken. So this is taken directly from their website. This is $68, and they also have the BYOP MT palette. So this is, I think, for, you know, people who like to actually build their own palettes and kind of showcase their palettes and everything. That would be amazing for, you know, someone who wants to just do that and just pick up the MT palette. So I think it looks like a really nice collection, and it is $92 if you want to get everything together. This is the last makeup release that I wanted to touch on, because this is by Glamlight. It has been a long time since I've actually really been attracted to a color story by Glamlight. They've done so many releases lately, and I didn't really feel drawn to any of those in particular, but I really loved this color story. I thought this was really, really gorgeous. I just love all those tones. They're so beautiful. It kind of reminds me of the palette that we saw from Beauty Bay, like, you know, similar tones, I think, and I don't know, I just really liked it. I thought this was really, really pretty. So it's coming out, it's the Friday the 13th palette, 15 ultra pigmented shades and duochrome shades, okay? And it's a limited edition, okay, VHS box. It's only $34. $34 is actually not bad. That's actually very reasonable, and I think that this is really pretty. I'm actually considering picking this up, even though I'm really, really not into like scary stuff and all of that, but I really like the color story, and I don't know if I actually have shades like this. So this for me is actually probably the one palette that I'm the most attracted to so far, I think, out of everything that I mentioned in this video. Because like I had reasons for not picking up the others, but this is a bit more unique, I think. and I really do like it. I think it's beautiful and it looks super creamy. So that's all I have for you in this makeup release video. If you want to see more, just stay tuned. You can subscribe, you can check out, you know, some of my other playlists, and you can see like all of my reviews for makeup if that's something that you want to do. Remember to turn the notification bell on, because that's how you'll know if a new video is coming out. I'll see you soon for another video. Lots of love. Bye.